I was told that I had overlooked one more speaker, Kerry Adler from SkyPower.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say it's a real pleasure and an honor to be here as the strategic champion of the Caring for Climate initiative. We were the first, and we're welcome to have many others. We're also an official partner of COP21, one of the few Canadian and American companies to be present here in that capacity. SkyPower is the largest solar developer in the world. And as John Kerry said, we do well and we do good. Our commitment to anti-corruption and transparency, our commitment to 13 of the 17 Sustainability Development Goals, and our commitment to mankind, humankind, is so imperative to our mission. We are developing in 34 countries around the world solar energy, and what we have found is in all of these discussions dating back many years, it's all about behavioral economics at its finest. It's a carrot versus a stick. We believe in carbon pricing or a carbon tax, but we also firmly believe that renewable energy, solar, by 2025 with battery storage will make the need for fossil fuels almost obsolete. Because the price for solar energy at the rate it is dropping, and I speak to you with authority as the largest developer in the world, it will be less than the distribution costs of fossil fuel today. That will cause great pain to many industries in the world. But as Ban Ki-moon and John Kerry said earlier today, solar is the greatest employer, the greatest employment and economic machine in the history of mankind. It's like the advent of the automobile. So what are the challenges and what are we doing about it? The challenges are capital. The amount of capital that we need to seek just for our existing pipeline today is unfathomable. The cost of capital that impacts each and every human being on this planet that does not have access to electricity is a shame. The lottery of birth dictates that a poor individual living in Tanzania, due to the costs and burden that they have today and a poor credit rating, will have to pay more for their electricity than a Canadian or an American like myself. That is wrong. I'd like to say one thing that I think will resonate with everyone. SkyPower is not only doing good, we're profitable, we don't have any debt, but we are also doing better. We committed this year to donate 3.5 million home solar kits in Bangladesh and Kenya. That is our way of taking our profits and redistributing them to mankind. We hope that others join us in this effort because it's not just about tax. It's about changing the way we use electricity, and solar will lead the way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kerry. And I think two themes that emerge in the context of this carbon pricing is there is an inevitability. There is a complexity in terms of different actors, different countries, different markets. There is an issue of metrics, but at the end of the day, you just put another spin on it, which is maybe the notion of carbon pricing will almost become a redundant notion in the medium to long term. But in the short term, it still remains a vital tool. We've heard about different trends that are emerging. A second theme clearly is financing. There may be some companies who are very successful in raising capital, but let me also just put a perspective on it. In a world where financial assets in the banking system last year amounted to over $130 trillion, institutional investors another $100 trillion, we need to keep in mind that that signal that we have spoken about all afternoon here has to be sufficiently audible on the radar of markets in order to be able to translate into financing, not just for some, but in fact for that broad market that we are talking about.